Previously on Phoenix Wright, Spirit of Justice. Oh, look at your swirly boobs. Oh my god. The whole time, the swirly boobs were going to be important, after all. Even the shape and position of your facial tattoos are almost exactly the same. Therefore, it would have been easy for you to impersonate Queen Garan. But that takes away her alibi, doesn't it? She's twiddling her thumbs. What?! Yeah, I'm confused too. Whatever, let's keep going. Well, this is it, you guys. I have a headache and a canker sore and all sorts of pain, bodily pains going on here, but I am going to finish this case, kicking and screaming, whatever I gotta do, man. I need to know. I need to see the end of this. I need to know. This is just too much, man. High Court of Karine. Yeah, we need not remind you this is a high court. This isn't just court, this is high court. Yo! We're lucky the ambulance made it in time. But we've been forced into a recess for now while things get straightened out. Also, my nose is running, and every time I blow my nose, I press down on that canker sore because it's on the top. Ugh! I can't believe what just happened. I know. Tell me about it. I am not happy right now. Do you think Iran put that guard up to it? If she did, she's gonna regret it. No one gets away with something like that on my watch. Nobody! Nobody calls me chicken needles. Poor Queen Amara. Your benevolence? Any news on her condition? Like she would know. Well, she's undergoing surgery at the hospital as we speak. They are giving her a 50-50 chance of survival, though. That Garan! Justice will be served! Why? Why did this happen? Oh, just as we were finally reunited. Oh, Queen Amara. What was that about being reunited? Well, she is Nana, after all, so she had been missing for some time there. Oh, it's nothing. Right. Well, maybe, like, she didn't know that Nana was Queen Amara. But what connection would she have to Queen Amara unless she is the baby? But I don't think... I just don't know, though. I feel like the baby is Nahyuta. Because Nahyuta was calling her mother, you know? So, yeah, let's just get past... Let's not think about that. How are you, Hornhead? You're asking me how I am? Dirk Sadmati was your father in all but blood, after all. Yeah. Thank you for your concern, your benevolence. But I'm fine. Right now we still have a trial to see through. So that's what I'm going to stay focused on. Hornhead, you are sturdier than your stature lets on. I know. Sure don't feel sturdy, though. Just don't overdo it, okay, Apollo? Your hair is looking especially spiky today. Did you put some cream in that or something? I don't know. Duck, that was a real shocker, alright. Can't believe the dragon is dead. Say, AJ, I was wondering, when Dirk disappeared after I freed him, that's because Amara turned back into herself, right? Yeah, I suppose so. But I don't know if it was because Dirk's spirit willed it. Oh boy. Okay, you're gonna get in this now? Or if it was part of Garan or Amara's plan. The thing is, she kinda didn't have a choice, though. Because she had to go to the stand as Nana, you know, so... I don't know. Man, a dream of revolution. Now what are we gonna do? Is this it? Don't make me Finkel and Einhorn this shit. Don't give up yet. Don't Finkel and Einhorn this shit. There's a very good chance that Garan is the real culprit in all this. And if we can prove her guilt in court... Hey, you're right. That could be just the push we need. The dream lives on. Yes, it does. You know what that means, AJ? The fate of the revolution rests squarely on your shoulders. All in a day's work. Oh, who am I kidding? That's a ton of pressure. But this is what Dirk gave his life for, so I have to do this for him. Are they trying to write Apollo out of the story here? Because you know Phoenix is gonna go back to Japanifornia. I don't know, the Honorable Rebel, Dirk Sadmati. I would have loved to have spoken with him while he yet lived. Really? Why not? I mean, he's a total hottie. Plus, he seemed quite like an interesting man. Did she bump her head or something earlier? I mean, well... The trial's about to resume, dude. The defense is report the courtroom at once, dude. I say dude, because I'm a dude, man. Already? After what just happened? Yeah, after what just happened. First thing Garan will do is respond to that last accusation. So you better stay on your toes, Apollo. I will, Mr. Wright. I'll go get my high heels. Ready or not, Garan, here comes justice! I really hope that's not the last time I'm saying that. My toilet agrees. I thought I figured out how to fix that thing, but it's still doing it. It's like the handle got stuck at a certain point. It was pulling the... whatever, the latch up, or the... something. Now then, let us resume today's proceedings. Oh my god. What time is it? Is it about 11 p.m. by now? What? Where's Nahyuta? He gave up. He went home. He couldn't take it anymore. I must offer my apologies. I never imagined a royal guardsman would do such a thing. What? He wasn't acting under your orders. Wait, well, he wasn't acting under your orders? How dare you cast such suspicions upon her eminence? It is quite alright, your majesty. Suspicion is only natural under such circumstances. After all those guys just followed my every whim and did whatever I said and kissed my ass and gave claps for me and everything. So for them to go off and do something like that, you know, has nothing to do with me. But rest assured that he acted alone, for I knew nothing of his plans. I don't believe that for a second. Now then, your majesty, regarding the murder of my husband, Minister Inga, I would like to offer a new possibility. A new possibility, you say? That is totally a paddle. It never even occurred to me. Indeed, for during the break, the real killer confessed to me. What? No, that was my what, Apollo. You can say it too, what, but whatever. Whatever. Bailiff, call the witness to the stand. The real killer confessed? What she got up her sleeve this time? I have a really bad feeling. Did she get somebody to channel someone? Or did Nahyuta confess? Don't! No, 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 no! No! That's his boots! I know, because I've seen him fall down so many times now! You can't be serious! That's a plane overhead. Can you hear that? You cannot be serious! How does anyone... He's the one who confessed. That's not... No, 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 no. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. He wasn't there. He can't channel spirits. I questioned him during the recess, as I felt that Amara had been covering for someone. So it was that he finally confessed his crime to me. Nahyuta, you didn't really do it, did you? Of course not, I'm just standing up here for my health. You didn't, right? Her Eminence speaks the truth. It was I who killed Justice Minister Inga. Okay. Alright. You know what? I'll just throw my hands up in the air this time and say, hey, yo! What the hell, yo? Man, oh man. When I said man, oh man, it was right in rhythm with him bringing the gavel down. Peace! Prosecutor Sadmati, are you absolutely certain about this? A confession of this nature is grave indeed. Yes, I am certain this whole time, for I killed him by my own hand. At last the real killer has been revealed. How are we supposed to respond to this? Nahyuta, retract your confession now. Stop playing these reindeer games. In the words of Lansoon. Mr. Justice, it is not yet time for your cross-examination. Well, it will be pretty soon. Admit it, it was Queen Garan who put you up to this. She forced you into giving a confession, didn't she? You are out of line, Mr. Justice. Learn some self-restraint. There is such a thing as having too much self-restraint, though, and you, sir, have definitely got it. Or do you have something that might prove that I did not commit this murder? You wish! What do you think you're doing, you idiot? Truly the truth can set us free. Looks like Iran got to him somehow. I definitely didn't see this coming. Well, shit, son! Nahyuta, why are you doing this? Why would you sacrifice even your life to Garan's bidding? Alright, that's enough of that. Whatever the case may be, that's a lost episode. Prosecutor Sadnati, your testimony, please. Whatever the case may be, Season 1, Episode 12? I think it's 12. I don't have to remember. Nahyuta's confession. I could not remain silent while Her Eminence fell under suspicion for this crime. It was I who murdered Justice Minister Inga. Well, it's funny how you're just now saying that after you've had time with the Queen, rather than saying it right when we made the accusation, you know. He had to die for the future of Khura'in. I consider a divine judgment cast upon a fiend who sought to assassinate our monarch. My mother was simply covering for me. I am ashamed I let her go so far for my sake. Ugh. You do understand what you're doing, right, Nahyuta? You're sentencing yourself to death if you're found guilty. If that is the court's verdict, then so be it. I must obey the law above all else. The law, Nahyuta? Or the Queen? Objection! Ooh! Get him, Apollo. Enough! This blather has nothing to do with the witness's testimony. I know, but please address many issues you may have during the cross-examination, defense. Oh, I will! I'm gonna blow his problematic testimony to smithereens! Haha! I love that word, smithereens. Alright, cross-examination, let's do it. There's gonna be a lot of pressure here, a lot of pressing. Press, press, press! I only have 2 HP. I could not remain silent while Her Eminence fell under suspicion for this crime. Alright, number 1. You kept quiet all this time, even though you were the real killer. Yes, and I accept that what I've done can never be forgiven. But I never imagined suspicion would fall upon the Queen herself. Prosecutor Sadnati has placed the future of our kingdom above his own life. He is taking responsibility for his crime and is showing his loyalty to Queen and country. Country? He's shown his loyalty to the first syllable of country. Without a monarch on the throne, Khura'in would be plunged into chaos. I could never wish that upon my homeland. That is why I had to let the truth be known. What a bunch of baloney. Alright, it's Apollo time. I want to ask you again, Nahyuta. Did you really kill Minister Inga? Yes. No matter how slow you say it, Mr. Justice, the truth is immutable. It was I who murdered Justice Minister Inga. Hold it! Okay, well, I don't know if I need to press this one that much, but it's not too late. You can still retract your confession before the verdict is rendered. No, I can't. There is no retracting the truth. One either tells it or does not tell it. It's that simple. Arrgh. Why do you always have to be so stubborn, Nahyuta? I hate how you never listen to reason once you get like this. I think we'll need some evidence before we can get him to retract his confession. Either that, or we'll have to force a retraction out of him by appealing to what's in his heart. It's not going to be easy either way. Prosecutor Sadnati, what was the motive for your crime? I had reason enough to kill Minister Inga. After all, the motherfucker shot my dad. He had to die for the future of Khura'in. Hold it! The future of Khura'in, huh? What do you mean by that, exactly? Minister Inga was planning to assassinate Her Eminence in a coup d'etat. I had to nip this evil in the bud, even if it cost me the purity of my soul. So you're saying the death of another is a reasonable price to pay to protect the Queen? Long have we remained independent under the authority of our spirit medium queens. We command the people's awe and respect with the power to commune with the dead. Without such a monarch, our kingdom would lose its standing in the world. But if spirit channeling is so important, why'd you have Queen Amara perform the rite? Well, I'm afraid my elder sister is quite capricious. She would fulfill her duty only when the desire is struck, as sporadic as that was. It was therefore something she did on a whim. There was no meaning behind it. A meaningless whim. That sounds like it's important. Now if I may return to my testimony, after all, this is about me. This is about what I did, and I want you to punish me now. And now someone's driving outside with a loud motor. Wait a minute, when did I move in with Lucajin? I consider divine judgment cast upon a fiend who sought to assassinate our monarch.
Hold it!
Okay. Divine judgment, you say? Yes, I rendered judgment upon the minister on behalf of the Holy Mother. Are you saying the Holy Mother guided you? No, Her Holiness would never condone killing in her name, regardless of circumstances. As such, I believe my defiled soul will be damned to hell. But I do not regret what I have done. I willingly sacrificed my soul to protect this kingdom's future. Snap out of it already, Nahyuta! So his motive comes from a place of faith, huh? Why does that sound completely credible when it's coming from him? Well, Amara expressed a similar motive. As for her mercifulness, she is truly deserving of her title. If my mother was simply covering for me, I'm ashamed I let her go so far for my sake.
Hold it!
So you killed Minister Inga, and Queen Amara staged the crime. Is that how it went? Something tells me this is going to be hard. Precisely. My mother is as clever as she is kind. She sought to conceal my crime by taking all the guilt upon herself. Yet another lie. I need to poke a hole in his testimony, but how? Uh-oh. Nahyuta, could it be that you didn't know Naina's real identity or told Amara what to do? You didn't realize that Naina was actually Queen Amara, your own mother. That is not as strange as you might think. Much time had passed since we last met, after all. Right, 23 years ago, was it? When Dirk saved her after the supposed assassination attempt? No, Mr. Justice, you dumbass. It was 15 years ago that Dirk abducted my mother. Wait, what? That's convenient. That is weird. Are you sure about that? I remember it clearly. I was around 10 years old at the time. Uh-oh. Nahyuta, please add that last statement to your testimony. Holy crap. I was reunited with my mother, Queen Amara, 15 years ago, when Dirk abducted her.
Hold it!
Huh. 15 years ago, huh? That's around the time I left for the US. What happened after Dirk helped Queen Amara escape? Did I just say escape without realizing? I think I might have. Agents of the Crown pursued us relentlessly, so we had to live a life on the run. Mr. Justice, know that Dirk sent you away so that you would not be caught up in that life we led. I see. Thanks. Can't believe it's been 15 years. I feel like something like the... Wow. Ugh. Apollo, there's something about Nahyuta's testimony. Yeah, that discrepancy is a bit hard to miss, but what could it mean? So Nahyuta got to meet his mother back when Dirk rescued her. That's what he's saying. It's news to me, though. I'd already been sent away by that point. Okay, now that I've dragged more testimony out of him, what can I do with it? Well, quite simply, we gotta find out about that baby then, don't we? Okay, let me try that again. I actually pressed last time by accident. I didn't mean to do that. So, I don't know, but it seems to me like this would be the thing.
Objection!
Yeah. You're saying that Dirk made off with Queen Amara 15 years ago. But that's strange, because I heard something very different from Dirk. He said that they ran off together 23 years ago. That's impossible. I know for a fact it was 15 years ago. Well, I have evidence that contradicts your statement. How do you explain this photo? And who the hell is that baby? Dirk said it was taken 23 years ago. He said that? He did, but if we take what he said as fact, there's something in this photo that doesn't make any sense. This isn't making any sense to me, so I suppose I should ask. What does not make any sense if the photo is only 15 years old? Oh lordy, you're telling me.
Take that!
Nahyuta, this discrepancy may not be directly related to this case, but I don't think we can simply overlook it either. Dirk said the baby in the photo was you, but that doesn't make any sense if the photo is only 15 years old. After all, you said you were around 10 then, right? Uh-oh. He's definitely sweating bullets over there, over something. Well, being inside of a sandwich will do that to you. Apollo, if this baby isn't Nahyuta... Wait. You don't think. Oh, but I do. But still, though, Rafe is 14, right? Not 15? I mean, I can see if she got pregnant 15 years ago, how it could have been Rafa. But that baby was already born, so... So I don't know how likely it is that it could be Rafa. And just what if that child were being held hostage? Nahyuta, is that why you obey Queen Garon's every command? You presume too much. Ah, do I? That's why Queen Amara was trying to take the crap as well. To protect this other child. Oh my god. A child born 15 years ago. It would have to be someone who's around 14 or 15 years old now. Well, yeah, okay. This is just a guess. But I believe I know someone who fits the bill. So that makes her and Nahyuta brother and sister. And that's why he cared so much about her earlier. He had to have known. Where are you? There you are. Whoosh. That was kind of like when I presented Dirk and the whole screen went white, but this time it was a softer sound that accompanied it. All those strange statements she kept making, now they all make sense. Huh. Why would you have told her that, though? Ew. She probably told her that because, like, you know, and then told her that Amara did it. Well, it's not just that, though. Now I see, Nahyuta, why you do what you're told. So it's kind of like Rafa's been a hostage all this time, too. In a manner of speech. I mean, not... What? Wait, what? Mr. Justice, I believe I know what you were about to say, but I cannot allow you to name an innocent soul as the child of terrible sinners. Terrible sinners. It's the whole father thing, right? Sins of the father. After all, simply revealing this information endangers who you've been trying to protect. I think this should make it clear what I'm talking about. This is the chink in your armor. The reason why you fear for your sibling's reputation. Where is it? Something that says that. Probably fears for her reputation because of like what they would do to her if they found out that she was related to Dirk. Am I getting too far ahead of myself here? This is the chink in your armor, the reason why you fear for your sibling's reputation. I feel like this should be really obvious, though. It's not in the file, is it? Because there's a lot there, but, so he's like, is he afraid of Rafa getting, you know, dying in a fire the way... Oh, there it is. That's it right there. That's what I was looking for earlier. I couldn't find it. It was in the file. I didn't expect it to be there, but there it is. And that is a file full of information that Dirk collected on what happened 23 years ago. A particular note right now is what's written here. Oh, you're not even going to ask me for the page number? Oh, too bad. The sins of the father are visited upon his children. This deeply held idea is why you were expelled from the royal family. Which means it wouldn't bode well for your sibling either, if she were revealed to be Dirk's daughter. Is he gonna do it, though? Is he actually gonna say it? You became a prosecutor to bring down Queen Garan. But at some point you came to serve the very regime you despised. And that was because the Queen found this chink in your armor. So she, like, had it framed the father, you know, to put the children under her thumb. Oh no! Nahyuta, have you been keeping this secret all this time? Have you been trying to protect me? You are an innocent party to all this. I live only to safeguard the law and serve the country and queen from which it flows. Something's flowing from her right now, and it ain't smelling too good. One such as you, who is destined to ascend to the throne, need not fret over one such as I. No, I cannot accept that. What you say is, it's malarkey. Don't you even care what happens to you? Before country, queen, law, and everyone's future, my personal feelings are of no consequence. That is why I resigned myself to my fate. I know I must accept the status quo without any thoughts of change. Spoken like a true prosecutor and patriot. Shut up, you freaking waste of God's time. Okay, that was maybe... wow. Where the hell did that come from? Jesus Christ. I shall continue to rule Karine until the day Rafa succeeds me. For that is what is best for our kingdom. I know, Your Eminence. Yours is no small sacrifice. Don't even think that. But I promise you this. In exchange for your life, the child shall remain safe, and the kingdom shall prosper. Holy shit, man. That is all I can ask for with my meager existence. Nahyuta, is this really the new you? Same as the old you? Resigning yourself to the will of another and killing any hope you held for the future? Well, I got something to say to you, man. A dragon never yields. The Nahyuta I knew would never let himself be turned into this. This sniveling weasel that I see before me. Now, your majesty, if you would hand down your verdict.
Objection!
Nope! Hell no! Everybody sit the fuck down. I got some explaining to do. You could say you're simply accepting your fate, Nahyuta, but I know that deep down there is still hope in your heart. Oh, Holy Mother, preserve me from this man's imbecilic mutterings. It's the kind of hope that perseveres through the most desperate of times. And it's what binds you, me, and Dirk together as a family. I know because this has demonstrated to me that you haven't lost all hope yet. La 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 la. Oh, I know what it is. Because right here, symbol of Dirk's creed, a dragon never yields. Nahyuta never confiscated it.
Take that!
That was a kid skipping by outside. I had my windows open today. It's very nice. When you interrogated Dirk, you confiscated all of his possessions as potential evidence. All except this. This nipple-looking thing. Did he take your attorney's badge too? No, he didn't. I don't think he's attracted to women, you know. Just a hunch. Just when it looked like he was going to take it from me, he changed his mind. He left this as a sign to you, Apollo. So tell me, Nahyuta, why didn't you take his badge? You couldn't bear to take it from him, could you? And I know why. It's because this badge means something special to us. We're friends, you know? Hey, Dirk. Why do you still wear your badge? You're not a lawyer anymore, right? This badge brings back memories, son. I can't let go of the past. That would suck. Besides, I look like Terry Silver in Cobra Kai. Season 2 starts on April 24th, so ho-ho. I'll never stop trying to realize my dream, not until my very last breath. A dragon never yields. Right? Exactly. Nahyuta, you sounded an awful lot like me just now. I vow to restore Karine's legal system to its rightful state one day. I want to pass on to you a world where you can live free from the fear of tyranny. Damn right, son. You may say you've given up, but that's not how it really is it? Is it?! You never gave up and you never will because you still believe that all of the wrongs will be righted someday, don't you? You have to. Come with me. Together we can rule the galaxy as bro and bro. You are very perceptive, Mr. Justice. It may very well be as you say. Why did I not confiscate this nipple? Even I did not know. Until now. Perhaps I was waiting for him to save me. Save you? Look at his eyes. He looks different a little bit here. He might be softening up a bit. Yes, save me. Like he did on that day. That day in the river. Nahyuta, Apollo! Hold on, I'm coming! Splish! Get behind me, water! You won't take away my sons. What father wouldn't risk his life to save his own children? Nahyuta, Apollo, don't you ever hesitate to call when you need me. Understand? Someday, he would come to free our family from the chains of the past. Perhaps deep down, that is what I believed. I believed in Dirk, our father. Nahyuta, I knew you. However, it was but a dream. Life is but a dream. Hello again. Murdered along with Dirk. So now, as the eldest, the responsibility falls squarely onto me. No matter the cost, I must protect her. Please try to understand, Apollo. Understand why I shall bear all of this sin. It is the only way. But...
Insolence!
Oh, you have nothing to say for this. You have wasted more than enough of my time, lawyer. Do you not see the futility of your desperate floundering? The immutability of his duty? Wow, that's a word. It is time to accept defeat. Arg! Argus. Now watch as the hammer of justice comes down upon your dear brother. Your Majesty, the verdict, if you will. Okay, hang on a second. You just called him my brother.
Objection!
Wait a second. What do I do? Does the defense wish to raise an objection? I mean, I suppose she would know, based on our conversation at this point, that we were bros. But it just seems, because I don't think she ever acknowledged it before, but it all goes back to that incident 23 years ago. It's branded him the son of a criminal. So if we could once and for all prove that Dirk didn't really try to assassinate Amara. Right. Nahyuta and Rafa's father would no longer be viewed as a criminal. But I thought there wasn't any evidence left. Because it was all destroyed in the fire. And Dirk investigated the matter for years, but never managed to learn anything new. Really? Nothing at all? Could an exceptional lawyer like Dirk try that long and really uncover nothing at all? He had over 2 decades, Apollo. He's right. I doubt Dirk would have gone to his grave without discovering something new. He must have secretly planted something to topple Giron with somewhere. Take another look at the evidence. You just might find what we need to break out of this situation within there. Got it. Okay, but if the defense is done stalling for time, I shall now render my verdict. Nope! Wait, Your Majesty. About the assassination attempt 23 years ago. The defense has some new information it would like to share. You do? That hardly seems possible. While we had intended to deliberate that case in the course of this trial... Dirk, did you leave something behind for me? Is there some connection I'm missing here? Very well then. What is the source of your new information about the case from 23 years ago? Is it on the back of this picture? Wouldn't that be hilarious? We haven't used this for anything yet. Without knowing his real name, no divination seance could be performed. I mean, could we perform one now? Now that we have his name and face? That would be pretty cool. But I can't help but feel like we're really close to the end here. I mean, this has to come up sooner or later, doesn't it? But I don't like that that's the only reason I'm presenting it. Like, I feel like I should have figured out the connection.
Take that!
Let me just see. A photograph? Yeah. Look at this graph. Do you recall the traveling musician who died in that fire 23 years ago? How could anyone forget such a painful chapter in our history? The poor fellow was caught up in the blaze that was meant for Queen Amara. We never knew his identity, though, as his belongings were burnt to ashes. Well, about that, the truth is, he was my biological father. Small world, huh? Oh, why are you freaking out? Why, of course, with this photo and her benevolence. Exactly. We might be able to prove Dirk completely innocent. And that would free her from the infamy of having criminal blood in her veins. Because here in Karine, we can witness the final memories of the dead. Are you serious? Are we serious? Are we seriously gonna do that?